Por el camino del desierto, el viento me despeina, suave aroma de colita, nada del aire. Ella de lo lejos, una luz entera, la idea de mezclar. Te vi por en la noche, ella estaba a la entrada y la campana ya sonar. Y me dijo ya mismo, esto puedo del cielo. Ella enciende una vela y nuestra de camino. Soy moza el corredor y yo te dije diciendo, he venido del California, such a lovely place, such a lovely place. He venido del California, such a lovely place, such a lovely place. Ella dorado que brillaba, tiene una Mercedes, rodea chico guapo, ella mami amigo, cuando va en el patio, perfuma de verano, hay que verla para recordar y otra para olvidar. Le pide el capitán que sirva el vino y me dijo no hemos tenido esta alcohol desde 69. Voz se queda llamando, desde yo a despertar, la noche para decir, bienvenido del California, such a lovely place, such a lovely place. Bienvenido del California, such a lovely place, such a lovely place. El espejo en el techo.
Whoa! Whoa! What's up, fellas? How's it going? Samuel, cool guy, how's it going? ASY? AS7. Same thing. What's up? Galleon. Portagon, how's it going? And Rizzo Yano, thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. Hope you guys all had a wonderful holiday season. Long time no sees. Well, maybe a little, Nova. Maybe a little. I've been gone for a little bit during the holidays. I've been enjoying time with my family and my beautiful entourage of women that likes to follow me around. But I hope you guys all had a great holiday season, a great new year, because this one's starting off crazy. You like Green Day? Because I do. Hell yeah. Green Day is pretty cool. This isn't Green Day, though. I don't know if that's what you were referencing. Believe it or not, this is not a Green Day song. Forgotten War in Venezuela vid dropping 2037? Yeah, I think so. I think that'd be about the right time. How's it going, Kamikaze? Poobus Man's even here. My goodness gracious. Is there a brick of uranium in your room? Is that what's going on? You can't leak that about me. You can't leak my awesome brick of uranium that I keep in my room. Major Max, how's it going? How's it going? The lore expands. Can I have the uranium? Never! Never! I wish there was a way to make my screen slightly less grainy. But of course I haven't figured it out because of the uranium. Cappuccino, thank you very much for that follow. That's very kind of you. A lot to talk about, fellas. Lots to talk about today. Oh my god, this year started out with a fucking bang. I actually forgot to queue up my other music. Wait, let's queue up some music. Hello from France, from France. You know, guys, This may change the way some of you look at me, but I have to admit, not too long ago, I got one of those, Ancestry DNA kits, and it turns out I am like 17% French. So me and Cap, we're like this now. We're like this. Yuck, you can't take away who I am. You can't take away who we are as French people. Both of us equally French. Uh, this one? This one? This one? Sure. Is that what do we want to listen to? Whatever. I have an idea. Every month there's a recap of news and events in a what the fuck was that? Don't say that. You can't say that on Twitch, Major Max. um, what is this? I completely lost my train of thought. The computer just reset my brain. Every month, a recap of news and events in a podcast style. I have thought about that. That is kind of my plan for Twitch eventually, is to do like a weekly recap. To kind of go over all like the history that happened that week or something to look forward to for the next week or something. But that's in the future. Wow, this is slightly too loud. Uh, 17% is enough. Well, now you're bumping the number up too far. I think it was like 12, maybe. Did I say 17? I don't think it was that high. How's the viewing stats going for the new vid? Did the patrons pick badly? I don't think they picked badly. No, it was just a tough topic to cover, and it's doing good. It's doing good. Very, very middle of the road. Nothing. It's not OJ levels, of course. Nothing's OJ levels. I mean, you see them running yards, but but it's doing good. It's doing very good. If you haven't seen the new video, fellas, check it out. It should be, if you're watching on computers, right there. It should be right there. But it's doing good. Ugh. He's so in the dark now. I feel like this didn't used to be as dark. Am I crazy? Didn't my camera used to be brighter? What if I do this? Oh. There. That works. Have you considered a Russia-Ukraine video? Not for a while. I mean, I did make a Russia-Ukraine video actually for what was it called? A little bit of Euromaiden and the annexation of Crimea. The comments of that video are very fun, but I did make that. That was a while ago though. That's an older video. Weekly recap sounds like it should have been hell this week. Yeah, it would have been a lot this week. It definitely would have been a lot. But it is something I want to make eventually. Hello from Germany. Germany. Hell yeah. Any other Europeans in chat? Tara's here too. Hey Boone, how's your mundane and totally not historically relevant New Year going? Wow, it's going great. I just wish, honestly, this has been the most boring week of the year, frankly. Like, just factually, most boring week of the year. Darman's from Wales. Oh my god. How late is it in Wales? Isn't it like 3 a.m.? Isn't it? Wait, it's so late for you guys. That's okay. All are welcome. Greetings from Bulgaria. Pubis man, you're not from Bulgaria. I know you're not from Bulgaria. If you can't give us your uranium, let's borrow some of your women. That is the first time that sentence has ever been said in human history. Can we clap it up for that? Can we clap it up? That sentence has never once been said. When you had it brighter, the fuzziness went down. We all hated it. Yeah. The Venezuela situation is crazy. Did Moist Critical make a video called "The Venezuela Situation is Crazy"? Has he talked about it? Because I might watch it actually. If it's oh wait no, I actually went to Moist Critical Gaming, which is a channel I didn't know existed.
I was in a
I was in a. I don't think he did. No, he didn't. That's crazy. I feel like that's right up his alley. Chuggy Bunch, how's it going? I have to leave for work at 6 a.m. Ugh, fuck, man. Staying up late in case Trump decides to kidnap another president in the middle of the night. Maybe Macron. Imagine he captured the president of France. That would kind of be awesome in a way. In a way. Boone, do you think Yellowstone will erupt this year? Well, you'll just have to stay tuned because we are also doing my 2026 predictions, and I got some good ones. I think I got some good predictions this year for what's going to happen. You are not going to want to know what's going to happen to Yellowstone. You don't even want to know what's going to happen this year.
Kingdom, bitch.
Trash Unlimited, thank you very much for the follow. Very kind of you. Thank you. I'm out of the loop. Is Trump absorbing presidents to become a mega president? I think it's something like that. I think we're on that path right now. Dara Man, thank you. DJ Dara Man, even. Thank you very much. Welsh people are very known for beating the French a crap ton of times by pretty much inventing and mass using the longbow. Yeah, that's true. Isn't that English, though? Aren't you kind of taking credit for the English longbow? Was that a Welsh thing and they just called it the English longbow? Because that's the most English thing of all time, potentially. 2026 upstate New York becomes new China. No, regular New York becomes China because that socialist they got down there. That's another thing that happened already. We are only four days in. Honestly, the most boring 4 days of the year when you think about it. Yellowstone erupts like a hairy turtle dove. Man, I should read some hairy turtle dove. That guy's awesome. He's the alternate history author that just makes realistically terrible books, from what I understand. Not good, but just, oh man, are they funny. Doggone 900. Thank you very much for the follow. Thank you very much. Dick Cheney would have loved lying to the whole world to justify invading Venezuela. He truly died before his prime. We're invading. God, the government these days, like it's just not the same anymore. You know what I'm saying? Dick Cheney was playing against plumbers. Dick Cheney had to only justify his action to plumbers, man. The real goats are right now. The real goats of invasions are now. I thought elves invented longbows back in Middle-earth. Probably. Isn't the lore of Lord of the Rings that J.R.R. Tolkien just found the books? Like, he just found them, and it's like secret history that we don't know about? Nah, screw you, brochacho. First of all, gonna start first. Awesome insult. Screw you, brochacho. We need to bring that back. First of all, 2026 year of the brochacho. We were the first people to use the longbow, and the English stole it and used it to bash the French a bunch of times, which is something that I'm very proud of because the French are French and they deserve it. Maybe true, potentially true. Spain, first chat message, good night, already leaving. Hell yeah. Love from Spain. 31 viewers who paid for the view bots. It was one of my Christmas gifts, Katu. It was one of my Christmas gifts. Good to see you, Katu. I feel like this is essentially Saddam Part 2, except Maduro was out in the open, lol. Potentially Juicy Oof, welcome to stream, by the way. But that's something we'll talk about. That is something we'll talk about. Because if you are fans of my content, which I'd hope most of you are, um, you notice that there's a few similarities to a couple of my videos, and a lot of the stuff that I look into in what's happening right now. So I feel like I can give a little bit more of a unique perspective on certain things, despite being a really stupid idiot in his bedroom. Noriega 2.0 Electric Bangaloo, hell yeah. I've never watched a video. That's actually true of Katu. He only consumes Mr. Beast content through this stream. All content must be reaction content that he happens to catch live. The OnlyFans content or the other content? Shh. Shh. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready to leak that yet. I saw someone Photoshop Trump's face onto the giant worm-looking guy who bathed in the oil from Dune. Yeah, King Cameron, what's up, by the way? Uh, I feel like I've seen that before too. Spain 2024, thank you for the follow. A few years late being from 2024, but we still appreciate that here. When do you drop the Saddam cosplay pics on OnlyFans? Another original sentence that has never been said in the history of humankind. I did see that too, Chungy. That's not Wait. Never mind. I thought your name read something else. If there's Navy SEALs, they would have crashed 2 choppers, killed 32 civilians, lost 12 men. They still would have written 8 books about it. I've seen a few things like that, yeah. I was like, damn, Boone's quality is even worse than usual today. Twitch decided to default to 360p. Does my video get into smoother? Is it smoother when it's in 360p? Because I feel like right now with all the pixels, like the better quality of my stream, the more pixels you see, and the worse quality it is. The true canon way to watch this stream is 420p. That's just how it is, unfortunately. Are you gonna make a 2016 election video? Dude, so many people on this video, on my most recent video, have been asking for the 2016 election video, and they'll never get it. They'll never get it. But it is it is very funny because it was like half of the comments when I posted. Wait some more months. There will be time. It'll come one day, inevitably, but there will be some time in between. We have to talk about Bill Clinton. Everyone loves Bill Clinton, especially right now in current day. I recently remembered I have a letter from George W. Bush framed in my house. You just remembered that? What do you mean? I feel like that's a very important thing to have. Oh, you want to see Christmas gift? I posted this on my Twitter. This is an actual Christmas gift that I got. Ugh. It's a golden bust statue of President John F. Kennedy, like every good Catholic grandmother has, and now I too have one. And I keep him up on my shelf, just where he's meant to be, so he can always watch over me. Like that one man was watching over him that night in Dallas. Day, I suppose. It's missing like one big glaring feature. No, it's added on one big glaring feature. One big glaring feature should be missing. That, of course, being half his skull. He does look crazy. The image I posted on my Twitter looks insane. I don't know why, but when you take a picture of it, it looks so weird. Like, look at this guy. Even Slug is reacting to this. He's looking like 2 completely different directions. It's awesome. I love him. Mid credit. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you, mid credit. I hope you figured that credit thing out. Kennedy was a real mind blowing guy. Amen, Clutch. Amen. My Catholic grandmother is also in love with JFK and also Biden. Yeah, there's something about Catholic grandmothers and loving JFK specifically. The F stands for frog. True Mr. Frog president. Do you still have the Bush action figure? Damn straight I do. You think I'd ever get rid of this little guy? This was also a Christmas gift. Ironically, hey, look, it's like I'm there with him in the reflection. It's like we're there together, chat. But yeah, I still have my actual George Bush America's Heroes action figure. Do you think they'll make some of the Someone needs to get me in contact with Pete Hegseth or Donald Trump or the White House. We're making action figures. We're making Venezuela action figures, and they're going to be America's heroes, and it's going to be, oh my God, it's going to be great. I think it being Catholic has something to do with it. Yeah, it was like a really big deal that he was the first Catholic president. Candy glazing goes too far. LBJ goaded. I remember on some show they talked about how his name sounds like a Spanish dude talking about BJ's, like LBJ. And I think about that whenever I hear his acronym now. Uh, where's the Charlie Kirk Funko Pop? Insane. Insane. Do you still have the George W. Bush playing cards? Yes, I do. Dude, I just want to collect so many like old stuff. That's like one of my things. Is like I look at like campaign buttons. I've been looking at campaign buttons from like losers and stuff. Like imagine I was walking around with like an Al Gore shirt or I had like Al Gore buttons on my lapel, but I do still have the cards. My friends like playing card games at the bar, and I've been wanting to bring these so we can play we can play card games at the bar with like Iraqi most wanted stuff. Uh should shoot the Saddam Hussein card through the head with a 22. I don't know about that. Ugh. It's Obama 2008 campaign pin. See, I think that'd be cool. I want like a campaign pin from like specifically the losers, but also the winners would be cool. Ron Ball 2012, hell yeah. I meant a specific card deck around Bush and his administration. Oh no, I don't have that. Is that real? Like trading cards or like actual like playing card decks? George W. Bush trading card. George H.W. Bush. They actually did. What was up with like the 80? Is that leaking anything? That's not leaking anything, okay? I realized I showed eBay. I wasn't sure if I was like logged into something. Uh, but no, very, very interesting. How I don't know how any of these things existed, like playing cards and shit. They're only $1 for that. It must not be what's it called? What is it called when you have like a good Pokemon card? When it's a TSA rated or PSA rated? You don't want a Bush TSA rated card. You don't want that. When the FBI raid Boone's house, try to work out his ideology, that would be wild. Twitch Twitch Automod got you for saying LB Pitch Johnson, and I won't allow it. Sore Loserman is funny. Sore Loserman is really funny. But also, there's the part of me that it's like, if I wear this out, I have to explain this to people. You know what I'm saying? Also, merch idea, guys. For my first merch idea that I genuinely might make, I just want to have a black shirt, text on the front that just said, "I lost my gorginity at Boone University. Thoughts? Thoughts?" Maybe a tasteful picture of Al Gore by the stomach area. I think that would be good. I think that would sell like hotcakes, even. Websites nowadays just be showing your full address and IP on the front page. Real and true. Real and true. You don't understand. I thought Boone U was like BYU. What do you mean? You thought it was like a Mormon school? What do you mean it was like BYU? Ugh. Do you think of getting into European politics videos? Definitely. I think the biggest one to get into would probably be Brexit. I'd probably give that a little bit more time, but yeah. Definitely something I will eventually get into. Once I just find, the right niche. Maybe like the creation of like the EU or something, and I try to make that funny somehow. Here's the thing with a lot of history, is that it's actually not very funny, and it's either boring or really sad. Ugh. Do you know waffles are just pancakes with abs? Irrelevant, but thank you. Brexit, a 2016 video? Exactly. Like, Brexit's a little fresh still, so we'll see. Wait, that's a decade ago. Oh. Oh, wait. Wait, no, but was Brexit in 2016? Am I being stupid? I think I'm being stupid. Yeah, no, it wasn't. Yeah, no, I'm right. It was not in 2016. The vote was in 2016. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now it's clicking. Now it's clicking in my head. Because I didn't think they left that early. What about we combine a Brexit video and an election video just about 2016 things? Just make the most like convoluted video of all time. It's like 4 hours and it doesn't completely explain anything. Have you seen the Minecraft Mr. Beast video, by the way? No, I haven't actually. Is that something we should react to at some point? Or is that like controversial? Because I've heard that there was like some controversy in that video. Like Mr. Beast swayed it, or like the girl's side was constantly getting like what's it called? Was constantly getting like trolled and shit. Tease a 2016 video just happens to be a Brexit video. If I tease a 2016 election video and it happens to be Brexit, it's even more of an insult because it's British now. And people don't like that. Are you saying you're doing past history? No. Definitely keeping it all modern. Maybe one day in like a decade, I would do like a different history type channel for older history. But I think I found my niche with modern history, and I think I'm gonna stick to it. Remember when Dogpack tried to sue Mr. Beast? I do remember that. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. God, I'm so fucking rude. I'm such a fucking piece of shit. I'm so fucking sorry, guys. I'm so fucking sorry I just burped. But anyways. Yeah, he kind of disappeared too. Handsome fella 68 plus 1. Are you the real handsome fella? The guy from TikTok? Are you the real one? Are there any more local government stories as a non-American? The California government one was very interesting. I think so. I think I had one on my list that I can't remember. 9/11 video when? Ooh. No, that's not me. I don't know. I don't know if I believe it. Boone, you spin-off. Boone considers the Roman Empire. What do you mean by considers? I like the thought of like just considers the Roman Empire. Like I'm just kind of thinking about it. It's just a channel where I'm just like, yeah, it was kind of cool, you know? Here's a thing about me though, guys. I'm gonna be so honest with you. This is gonna shock a lot of you guys. I need to pause the music. Guys, I do not often think about the Roman Empire. I'm just gonna be so for real. I don't think about it that much. I think there's way cooler things in history than the Roman Empire. And I'm sorry. And I'm sorry. I think there's just way cooler things. I'll be real, I think the Byzantine Empire is kind of cooler sometimes. I think that sometimes, and I just think that's a fact. Sue me. Sue me. Modern history YouTuber doesn't think about 2,000 years ago. Finally, someone gets it. Finally. I can't remember things from 20 minutes ago. You think I'm going to remember the Roman Empire? No. There's only one event I remember from the past 30 years, because I'll never forget.
Welcome to
And none
the
of us will
Cream
ever forget.
Kingdom, bitch.
It's a fella. Thank you for the follow, man. Thank you. Ancient Greece was way cooler and gayer. Two true statements. Two factual true statements. Name 10 Byzantines. Your mother. That's a joke because I'm calling her old. Uh, what era of Byzantium? I don't know. The cool one? I don't think about it that much either. Byzantine is Rome. Yeah. 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 So the Roman era? Maybe. Hoi 4 Byzantine Empire rebuild run when? I'm not that good at Hoi 4. I just kind of make it really easy for myself. I think the Victorian era is the coolest in history. I mean, of course, the dude from Spain thinks that, but also, just correct. Just a factual statement. Just a factual statement that the early modern period was just so much better. Have you thought of doing videos on Clarence Thomas or Brett Kavanaugh confirmations? I have thought about doing videos on Supreme Court things, and I would probably just wrap them all up into like one big thing. One big thing. So maybe. That's why Vic 2 is goated. Is it goated? Because that seems like a game I would really like, but everyone says Victoria 3 sucks. Is Victoria 2 good? I like the events leading up to World War II. That's an interesting era, I think. I even think World War I is generally more interesting than World War II. In a way. Probably just because I'm oversaturated with World War II stuff. What is the start of modern history for you? Good question. When the US That's probably pretty close. For me, as a guy born in 2001, modern history is like the 90s forward, maybe like the 80s. I think the earliest I would go is like in the 80s, basically. Because like most of the stuff in the 70s is covered in like history textbooks. A lot of the thing in my channel that I think about is like, do people even know about this? Like, is this covered in history textbooks? Do people consider this history? So like things in the 80s are starting to get covered a lot more. The 90s, though, are basically no man's land, especially the 2000s. They basically just mention 9/11 and Iraq, and that's it. Ugh. The interwar period is actually pretty interesting. It is very interesting because in the 20s, everyone was having awesome fun all the time, and then everything went to hell in the 30s. You always do events. Have you considered biographies? Yes, I have considered that. I forget who I was considering it for, but I definitely have, and definitely will in the future at some point. For me, around 2020, 2015 isn't the most interesting or is the most interesting because there's a T there, and I don't know if you misspelled isn't or is, because one of those will leave me very offended. Ugh, ugh. I've also thought of like the rise of social medias too, like something on YouTube. I think a YouTube video on YouTube. I mean, come on, it writes itself. TikTok will one day get a video, man. God, I got a bone to pick with TikTok, man. There's a, the fucking the TikTok trend that's been going around. Oh, the song's ending. It doesn't want me to talk about this. It's afraid. Uh, but I hate the TikTok trend of the fast, slow voice. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where like their voice is sped up when they're talking, and then they say the cool part, and then it all slows down, and it like feels like I don't really know how to describe it. And it's always got that sad piano song in the background. I hate that. I hate that so much. It's so annoying because it just works so well in my head. It just works so well. Also, another thing I noticed on TikTok and just social media in general, why why do dead celebrities have like TikToks and Instagrams? I've always thought that was odd. 'Cause it's not like they have updates. It's not like they're gonna say anything interesting to me because they can't talk. Like the like I don't even understand what like the point of them is. It's like, what am I supposed to think? Like, I see Kurt Cobain's TikTok, and I'm like, oh, that is what Kurt Cobain would have posted if he didn't blow his head off with a shotgun in the 90s. Like, what am I supposed to think when I see that? Like, I know it's not Kurt Cobain. Michael Jackson slipping in my DMs. Exactly. And dude, here's the worst part. As soon it's going to be AI, and it's all going to be AI people, and they're going to bring them back just to do TikTok dances, which is kind of funny in a way. Which is kind of funny in a way. Ugh. Some rando runs the Stanley Twitter post. Really? Just a random guy? I can't imagine it's a random guy. It's probably just it's a family member or a really bad marketing team. Boone has no whimsy. I have so much whimsy. What do you mean I have no whimsy? Is it not whimsical? Is it not whimsical to wish? Maybe you're right. Maybe I should be wishing for Biggie to return on my TikTok feed, doing the Luddy, doing a Fortnite dance for me. Do you remember the Stanley Twitter post about NFTs? Dude, what happened to NFTs? Are they just gone? Do NFTs just not exist? Did NFT bros just lose all of their money? Now, those are some people who had whimsy. God forbid people believe in things. God forbid people believe in the power of the non-fungible token. My God. And now look what you did. You killed those innocent, funny monkeys. And now no one cares. The same thing we all knew would happen to NFTs? Yeah. Yeah. God forbid I enjoy a little ugly monkey picture. That's what I'm saying. God forbid. Not that I had NFTs, they were stupid, but I mean, God forbid. All data centers switch over to AI, I assume. Well, that's just a general trend, I suppose. This is also reminding me of predictions I have for 2026. Hmm. I think we'd have fun talking about Jesse Ventura. That is one of the very prominent suggestions that I get. That's a very prominent suggestion I get. It just I have to figure out how I want to talk about it. If I'd rather talk about just him or if I want to talk about the Reform Party as a whole, we'll see. Start predicting? Not yet. I think we're gonna get into Venezuela first. We're gonna get into all that whole ordeal first. Jesse Ventura, the former Minnesota governor? Well, surely we need a bandle. Of course we need it's already pulled up, brother. Oh, it's already pulled up. Ah. AI bubble burst? I don't think that's gonna happen, but I'll talk about that more later. I think with a lot of New Year's predictions, people kind of just do a wish list rather than an actual prediction list. And I think everyone wants the AI bubble to burst. Well, until it actually does burst, and then everyone's gonna wish it never happened. But I think a lot of people do wish lists when it comes to this, and I'm gonna try very hard to not do that. New vid was absolutely fire. Thank you. Thank you. New video about podcasters influence modern elections. That's a very good idea, but I think that's more for commentary people than it would be for me. Because it'd be hard. I try to keep everything I try to keep things factual. I try to just speak about the facts. And I think on a topic like that, it would be kind of hard, and it would kind of you'd have to put in your actual input on it, like opinions, and that's gross. That's gross and evil. I'm a fence sitter. Ugh. Got the bandle in 3? Is it that easy? No one tell me the bandle. If anyone tells me the bandle, ban them. Bandle them. Did you ever talk about the streamer awards this year? I did. I did briefly talk about them. Um, I kind of forgot the major news around the streamer awards. I know people on Twitter got fucking angry because they get angry about everything, but that's kind of all I really remember. And that cool puzzle granny won. Do you wish you waited longer before making any videos? No. I don't think any videos have like been refuted by modern events. I would only say yes
Welcome
because
to
I'd
the
want to make them
Cream
better.
Kingdom, bitch.
Dan the Goat 8, thank you very much for the follow. Very kind of you, very kind of you. I just love puzzles, my goat. I know, I know. Twitter is such a hellhole. I know. I'm glad we're all agreeing on things. Thoughts on the Stranger Things
Welcome to
finale?
the
I've never
Cream
watched Stranger
Kingdom,
Things,
bitch.
and I am not changing that because I hear it's not good. Aaron or something like that. Thank you very much for the follow. Thank you very much.
Welcome to the Cream Kingdom,
Mr.
bitch.
Major Max has followed. Thank you very much, Major Max. Yeah, I didn't watch Stranger Things. I just had people tell me about how bad the ending was, which is okay with me. I watched all of Game of Thrones in college knowing that the ending sucked, and I just stopped before the final episodes and came up with the ending in my head. That's the cool thing about media that most people will not tell you, is you don't actually have to believe the canon. If you didn't like the ending of Stranger Things, didn't happen. It didn't happen. You can make up your own story in your head and delusionally believe it forever. The last 3 Star Wars movies didn't happen. Just didn't happen. In my head. Game of Thrones ended when they killed the Night King, and even that was questionable, but that's when that show ended. They should make a Stranger Things but in the 90s? Oh, they will. Oh, you think the gravy train is stopping? You think they're going to stop making Stranger Things just because the show's ended? Because that's not going to happen. Have you ever seen the Adventure Time sequel, Fiona and Cake? I actually have seen parts of it, and I was not a fan. I did not like it very much. I tried watching Stranger Things, but I just didn't like it. Speaking of things, actually, never mind. I actually did like that. Never mind. There are some things that I'm just like, I hate when everyone likes something and you just can't get into it. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things like that. Oh, what the fuck? I I just like snapped my back. Millie Bobby Brown will continue walking in a weird sweatsuit. Netflix will run out of money one day and make it. Yeah, Netflix is doing really well though, aren't they? Aren't they like doing? Aren't they? Haven't they basically won the streamer awards or not the streamer awards, the streaming wars? Why is it called streaming? Why is this called streaming and also watching things on Netflix called streaming? Why are they both called streaming? Why isn't Netflix called on demand? That's what it was called before. Why did it change to streaming? Because you're streaming the data? I feel like I'm streaming something to you. I'm a streamer, I'm streaming. There's a stream going to you. But like I'm just like watching a movie because woke, now we're talking. Thank God someone said it. Thank God someone said it. Ugh. Speaking of streaming, by the way, this is actually a good thought to ask while there's a bunch of people here. Should I change the name of this channel to Boone U away from All Hail Boone? To just make everything kind of make more sense? Kind of keep that sort of brand recognition? I think it might be a good idea. It might be time. I'm sorry, Galleon. I'm sorry, Galleon and Katu. And Tara as well. Even Dan the Goat's been piping in saying yes. Maybe. All the old heads love All Hail Boone, man. Everyone who's been here loves All Hail Boone. The lion does not concern himself with consistency. You've all given me much to think about. You've all given me much to think about. I have to go through another rebrand. It's barely a rebrand at this point. Boone U is just my brand now, essentially. And I'm an old head. Yes. Yes. I like having a name and alternate name for channel and socials. I think you're right. You might be right. Much to think about. All I just make it all hail something else. I don't do either of them, and I actually rebrand everything again. This is great. Great idea. I mean, like, do you intend this channel to also be current events? I don't know. I thought it would just be gaming and stuff. It probably will. Realistically, I was just kind of testing the waters today, see if this works, see how this goes. But it'll mostly be gaming. We gotta get into Deadlock soon, man. We could play Deadlock soon. That game is gonna be big. It's gonna be big. All Hail University. We attend Boone U. We all hail Boone. Both can coexist. Amen. Amen, brother. Valve? Hell yeah, Valve. Ideally, you just be Boone. Yeah, that is ideal. I agree. My entire idea when I made my channel All Hail Goon and then All Hail Boone after was to eventually just be called Goon or just be called Boone. But I think there is a guy on Twitch who's named Boone already, but I think he's just Boon. How's your Christmas? My Christmas was delightful, even. Did Santa bring you all the presents that you desired? Were you all good boys and girls this year? I sure hope so. God, how fucked up would it have been if Trump had captured Maduro on Christmas? Christmas Eve, the helicopters fly in, and poor little. And he's like waiting for Santa to come down his chimney. And instead, it's like six coked up Americans. Wendy Boone. I just steal his channel. That's a good Wendy Boone is actually a good Twitter name. I might steal that. Can we get a Boone iceberg video? There is a lot of secret lore about me you guys don't know. The idea of Maduro in his little nightgown waiting for Santa. we we built all of his workshop infrastructure and we're taking it back. Mm. All right, we've been going almost an hour. I think it's time to get into the bandle. It's time to get into what we're fucking talking about today, fellas. What do you think? Ugh. But first,
Welcome to
Vandal.
the Cream
Yet another
Kingdom,
nerd.
bitch.
Thank you for that follow. Very kind. Okay. Vandal. Oh, damn, this is... You got this in 3? There's an accord... You got this on the accordion part? Okay. Released in 1988, 18 million views, very hard. Are there any Weird Al songs? Are there any Weird Al songs on Vandal? We only don't know about your past because the files were redacted. Don't know. That's not true. Please turn off ad blocker. No. Full screen. Okay, nothing specific now. Was Weird Al around in 88? No. This is obviously U2. Running to stand still. Okay. I love the setup with the Italian and Slovakian flag. You're the first person who's ever mentioned the Italian flag. Everyone always asks me about the Slovakian flag. Booner, Happy New Year. Poppy Silver, how you doing? Thank you. I hope you had a wonderful new year as well. I know it. I don't like know it, but I know it. Okay, play it again. I don't know this. Is this Goodbye Horses? I feel like I recognize this too. Oh, what is this? I feel like I should know this. It might be Golden. Tomorrow's your first day off? Damn, brother. Fuck, I feel I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna feel so stupid. Ah, it's so familiar. This only has 8. I never would have guessed this song came out in 88 and only has 18 million views. Baby, why don't we go down to Kokomo? Oh my god, I'm so upset I didn't get that. Damn it! Damn it! I can't believe Boone hasn't gotten it yet. You did not know what that was, Galleon. I know your ass did not know what that was. Oh man, of course. That's a classic song. In fact, as I always do, we shall now play Kokomo as I go piss. Poppycock? I'm saying. But stop talking about Poppy's cock. If any of you are back after that joke, I'll be back. Wait, Katu, is that true? Is Kokomo not real? Wait. It's not real? What? Why do they name so many real places? This just shattered everything. I hate the Beach Boys. Have you ever heard of New Campaign Trail? Yes, and I played that when I released my 2016 video. Not 2016, my 2012 video. We played that. I can't believe Kokomo isn't real. Oh my god. This is earth-shattering to me. You know what else I played though? That actually I didn't talk about that. I did want to talk about Dispatch. I finished Dispatch. I did that on stream. I don't Katu, I think you missed this, but I did finish Dispatch, and I did get the bad ending, I think. But it was still a good ending, I think. Apparently, even though I was kind of nice to Invisigal at the end of it, I didn't level her up or use her enough, I guess. So I didn't gain enough like mentorship points, and so she was still evil at the end. Is this match worth playing? I mean, it depends on the type of gamer you are. I think so. Sonic Mania music, hell yeah, dude. Sonic Mania music is great. If you like story-based games, yes, because I think the gameplay is also very fun, just in general. Is this Flying Battery? If you actually snipe that, that'd be crazy. It is Flying Battery Zone Act 1. Um, but man, that game, I've thought about that shit for a while. That game fucked with my morals. I was like nobody at the end of the game, basically everybody like pardoned the evil person, the person that left your team to be evil. They all said, "Oh no, they're actually with us. They're fine." Basically everyone did that. And it made me question my actual morals. Because I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? They just nuked half of Los Angeles, and most people are just like, yeah, come back on the team. Like, I was one of like 4% of people who did that. Still loving that your webcam looks like a CCTV true crime video. Thank you. We all make mistakes. They killed half of Los Angeles. That's not a mistake. Good game, though. Good game. Has its problems. Definitely has its problems, but good game. There's a Bill Clinton mod on the new campaign trail. Oh. LA deserved it. Also true. Also a true statement. Okay. Ugh. Fellas, we got a lot to talk about today. I was even thinking of going live yesterday to talk about this. Let's put on a little bit of music. I love this song. I love this music. Too loud, but love it. This is the song from when you get sued in FNAF 6. Um, so, before I start this, before I start talking about this current topic, please do not start arguing about politics. Please. Oh my God, please. I just want to give a rundown of what's happening for people who might not know. Katu and Galleon, please feel free to time out people who are being cringe. I trust your judgment. Um, but I think that this has a lot of recent history and this has a lot of implications on recent history and things that I've talked about on my channel. So I thought it'd be cool to go over and kind of compare things. This is a perfect time for me to do laundry. Hell yeah. Ugh. Timeout Boone, I wish. God, I wish. So, fellas. Actually, I gotta pause the music for this part. Fellas, if you are anything like me, the other morning, just yesterday, in fact, I woke up in my bed with my beautiful group of 12 women, who I was, just doing my thing with all night, as I do most nights. But if you're anything like me, you woke up on that beautiful day, and saw videos such as this. Explosions, helicopters, bombs going off.
Vamos bien, Missy.
Insane
Vamos bien.
videos coming out of the Venezuelan capital of Caracas. And you were probably taken quite aback by it, as I was, and as most of the world was, in fact. So the question that I pose today is, who the hell is this guy? And why the hell does he matter? Who even is this guy? Just as some light context to what's happening and what this kind of means in a more historical context. So, this guy is Nicolas Maduro, president of Venezuela. He is a former bus driver. Actually, I have to move my thingy down here. Sorry, Slug, you have to go. Slug is dead now. Everyone say bye, Slug. He's dead. So, former bus driver in Venezuela who joined the Socialist Party and sort of rose the ranks, as it were, throughout the years. The Socialists took over Venezuela under their leader, Hugo Chavez, which I mentioned in my Hu Jintao video. Very bombastic sort of leader. He was elected in, I think, the very early 2000s or the late 90s. And Chavez nationalized the oil industry. So, if you do not know, Venezuela has the biggest reserve of oil, like, in the world. Some of the biggest... oh, sorry, I thought I missed yet another nerd, but I did. I said thank you to yet another nerd, right? I'm pretty sure I did. One of the biggest oil reserves in the world. They have so much oil. It's insane. And the United States, companies like, Chevron and oil companies helped build up their infrastructure to get this oil. And then Hugo Chavez decided to take that from them, to take, take the oil producing plants that had been built so that could help his country. That was the plan, at least. And so obviously, United States, not very happy about that. Maduro eventually becomes the vice president under Chavez. He had a very rapid climb, very charismatic, I suppose, and then Chavez fucking died. He died in 2013, which led Maduro to be his hand-picked successor and take over after him. Where's the music? I have to put the music back up. Maduro takes over, and almost immediately, in fact, basically immediately, the economy just completely collapses. So for a number of reasons, there was just major economic collapse that began under Chavez that kind of continued to happen under Maduro. So like here, oil prices are volatile, and when they plummeted from 100 to 40 per barrel in the summer of 2014, Venezuela was drastically unprepared. A large portion of their economy is based around oil, believe it or not. And so once oil prices started fluctuating, things got really bad. And then once things got really bad, Maduro made them even worse. He ignored calls to repeal currency, price and profit controls. He doubled down on intervention and paying for things that he could not afford. Venezuela became incredibly dependent on imports. And GDP began to fall. GDP contracted third and fourth consecutive year. Colossal 17% in 2016 and 16% in 2017. All to say, very bad. Those are bad numbers. And he was making it a lot worse. From there, he kind of started to panic. And it became very clear that he was taking dictatorial powers, or that he had dictatorial powers. People, believe it or not, do not like when the economy collapses. They're not big fans of that. So they were very much against Maduro. And he lost the 2019 election, but it was rigged, so he won. And then in 2024, they had another election, which he again lost, and again, he just stayed in power. It's kind of one of the tricks of democracy is if you lose an election, you can kind of just stay in power. Haha, dictatorial. Thank you. Thank you, Katu. And from there, lots of protests against his rule. People, saw his rule for what it was, which is dictatorial. And so he decided to really protect it. There were thousands of murders, tens of thousands of arbitrary arrests, millions had to flee the country. There's torture. There is proof of this, all from the United Nations, even as recently as this year. Venezuelan harsh repression and crimes against humanity ongoing, according to the United Nations, from just March of 2025. Very grim stuff, very normal dictatory stuff coming from this guy. But here's the big question. Oh, wait, mass migration. We have one more. Mass migration. As things got worse in the country, the economy continued to collapse. Maduro refused to allow food imports. He refused to allow food and aid to come into his country, so people began to starve. People mass migrated in the millions. Millions of people fled the country from either socialist repression or economic collapse or just not enough food or just the human rights abuses. Lots of things. Very terrible, bad guy. The thing is, why? Now, we all know what happened to him. The United States has gone in and they've taken him. They've just taken him. They've just picked him up and took him somewhere else. They took Maduro and put him somewhere else. And the question is, why does the United States care? And I think that's the question for a lot of people right now, because we all can recognize dude's a bad guy, but why does the United States have to get involved? Well, this is a good article that I found that just kind of sums it up a lot better than I think I could. Publicly, the U.S. justifies its boat strikes that it's been doing very recently and massive military presence off the coast of Venezuela in the name of fighting narco-terrorism. So, for a long time, he's been public enemy number one in the Americas, specifically with the current administration. To the White House, Maduro was a source of problems that extend well beyond Venezuela. They saw him as the bad guy who helped prop up other bad guys in the Western Hemisphere. Venezuela, as well as other American enemies such as Cuba and Nicaragua, were viewed by the Trump administration as key actors in the axis of socialism, with Colombia also under scrutiny. Trump warned last month that Colombian President Gustavo Petro needs to watch his ass over cocaine flowing to the U.S. And that leads us to the next part, cocaine trafficking. Now, this was one of the big rationale. This is why the United States has been striking so many boats in the Venezuela area. The United States alleges that Venezuela has engaged in state-sponsored drug trafficking with the support of notorious gangs. So it is the belief right now, hi Mordecai, it's believed that by the administration that Maduro is directly funding drugs to be sent to America, which may sound like another Latin American dictator that I've talked about on my channel, but we'll get to that. And this has been the official impetus for a series of U.S. strikes against suspected drug boats. But if you listen to Donald Trump in his recent speeches, he will tell you one of the main reasons is oil. Trump has contended that Venezuela, which has the world's largest known oil reserves, has stolen U.S. oil, citing the seizure of equipment following Venezuela's oil nationalization, which we mentioned happened mostly under Chavez, but now Trump wants back. Trump said Saturday the U.S. would restore Venezuela's oil infrastructure and compensate U.S. companies that lost out in the seizures. So the official idea is that the U.S. is going to help fix up their oil industry. We'll get a little bit of money, and a little bit of that money will go to the Venezuelans. Immigration, another big reason that I mentioned, is the mass migration, with 8 million Venezuelans fleeing over the decade. Largest wave of mass migration in the hemisphere's recent history, which obviously is a big problem for a lot of the region. Venezuela's vast gold reserves also helped the country navigate U.S. pressure under many years. And Maduro's foreign friends, which has also been a large casus belli for the administration. Venezuela is aligned with multiple U.S. foes. Some supporters of Trump's actions have framed it as a warning for distant powers to stay out of the hemisphere. China is a big buyer of Venezuelan oil. Iran and its Lebanese proxy Hezbollah have linked arms with Venezuela. Russia and Venezuela also have a long-standing partnership. So, very many reasons that the United States does not like this guy. on top of him being,
Welcome to
a
the
big
Cream
dictator.
Kingdom,
Thank you,
bitch.
Mordecai. Very kind for the follow. Now, as I mentioned, this may all seem very familiar to anyone who's familiar with my channel, particularly this video. Particularly this video here. I forget it's what's it? The Forgotten War of the 90s. Where I talk about how the United States invaded Panama, another Latin American nation, to depose its dictator. And Iraq as well. A lot of people have drawn comparisons to Iraq and how we moved in another one of my videos that I made to depose their dictator. When has the United States ever chopped off countries' leaders to secure oil? It's happened before. It's happened before. But let's look at the similarities and the differences in between these, just on a purely historical, factual basis. It's a Latin American country ruled by a human rights abusing dictator that is hostile to the U.S. Major U.S. interests are at stake. Here it is oil that the United States built up, and in Panama, it was the Panama Canal, which the United States built. They've been accused of drug trafficking, being state-sponsored drug trafficking areas where cartels are allowed to basically run free. They are widely seen as illegitimate through fake elections and suppression of their opponents. People very much dislike the leader. People in these countries do not like this leader. And they were returned to the United States for trial, both of them, after they were captured. Is that the last one? Oh, one more. International condemnation for the U.S. for their actions in taking out these two leaders. Let me just make sure. Okay. But now, there's also a lot of major differences between the two, or even the three if you want to throw in Iraq. Not a full-scale invasion. Now, I think this is what a lot of people need to understand, is that this is kind of an unprecedented thing, despite its similarities to Iraq or Panama. It is not a full-scale invasion. Maduro was captured on the first day, which is unlike Saddam or, why did I just forget his name? Noriega. It's not like Saddam or Noriega. The regime was not really overthrown, which is something we'll also get into in a minute. But unlike in Iraq and in Panama, the regime was not overthrown, and the rightful winners of the election were not put in power like they were in Panama. The people of Panama knew who won their last election, and they wanted that person in power. It does not seem like that is currently happening. There is no occupation of the country yet. There is the administration has said there is no boots on the ground, despite saying they run the country. Venezuela has a far larger population than Panama does. It's a far larger country, too, obviously. It has a smaller military than Iraq, but a larger military than Panama, which makes this whole situation very interesting. Which I already put right there. But regardless of all these differences, one similar thing is that the United States has indicted him on drug trafficking and weapons charges. Narco-terrorism is the story. That he's bringing in fentanyl, that he is bringing in cocaine, which is very similar to what they accused Noriega of doing and what Noriega was arrested for. So we know all this. Maduro, bad guy, real bad guy, right? United States does not like this guy, putting a lot of pressure on him. They decide to get more and more belligerent, and then they decide to go in to depose this guy and take the natural resources that they need. All very similar to Panama. But the question is, which will determine how this is viewed in history, I believe, is what now? What actually happens now? Who is going to rule the country? What does this mean for international politics? What does this mean for history? This right here is Mrs. Machado. I'm forgetting her first name. This is Mrs. Machado. She just won the Nobel Peace Prize for her work in bringing democracy to Venezuela. She was a big opposition leader in Venezuela. She had somebody run in her place in the 2024 election, but she is seen as the rightful leader of the country, the person that would have been voted in if not for Maduro. And she credited her 2025 Nobel Peace Prize to President Trump. She was very kind to President Trump in her Nobel Peace Prize speech. She's been an outspoken critic of Maduro's party, the United Socialist Party of Venezuela, since it first won power under Chavez in '98. I was right. Recognized her for her struggle to achieve just and peaceful transition from dictatorship to democracy. Sounds great. That sounds good. She has praised President Trump and his administration for carrying out the deadly strikes in the Caribbean against Venezuelan boats accused of trafficking drugs, and she dedicated her Nobel Prize to the president and repeatedly expressed her support for pressure against Maduro. So, what seems most likely, now that Maduro has been overthrown, is that Machado would be put in charge. She's a good friend of Donald Trump. She's a good friend of America. She's been supporting everything America's done. And yet, when asked by the press if Mrs. Machado has been in contact with the administration, assuming that she would take power, it appears that that is not true. Trump says Venezuelan opposition leader doesn't have the respect to govern after Maduro is ousted. He claimed that, where is it? It's somewhere in here that he said it. I think it would be very tough for her to be the leader. She doesn't have the support within or the respect within the country. She's a very nice woman, but she doesn't have the respect. Boone, this is so cool. I bet you go to all the study group sessions. True and real. So it seems that despite her support for the United States and her support for the president, that the opposition, which has been so happy about this overthrow because they've been so against Maduro, most people in Venezuela are, it seems that the opposition is not the ones who are going to be running the country. And that has, obviously has the people worried. So they don't really know what's going to happen next. Who is going to run the country? Well, it seems the answer right now is us, is the United States. Trump has said that Trump vows to run Venezuela, sell oil, part of plan to dominate Western Hemisphere. Secretary of Rubio said, at its core, this is an arrest of 2 indicted fugitives. Oh, they also got his wife. I forgot to mention that. They also got his wife. It says something else here. Trump said that the U.S. would make Venezuela great again. So it seems that the United States will have administration over Venezuela in some way. The only thing is, the United States, as I said, this was not an invasion. They do not have boots on the ground. They do not have control of the government. They do not have control of the military. They don't have control of anything currently except for pressure. And despite Trump saying that he wants to run the country, that does not seem to be the narrative with his whole party, or his whole cabinet, rather. This is Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
So is the United States running Venezuela right now?
Well, I've explained once again, I'll do it one more time. What we are running is the direction that this is going to moving forward. And that is, we have leverage. This leverage we are using and we intend to use. We started using already. You can see where they are running out of storage capacity. In a few weeks, they're going to have to start pumping oil unless they make changes. And that leverage that we have with the armada of boats that are currently positioned allow us to seize any sanctioned boats coming into or out of Venezuela, loaded with oil or on its way in to pick up oil, and we can pick and choose which ones we go after. We have court orders for.
Okay, so he kind of goes off the rails there. But if you notice, he seems to imply that the U.S. is kind of running it through threats. That the U.S. does not have control of the country, that they have leverage, rather. that they are going to try to use their leverage to control the country and where it goes, which seems to imply that the vice president, who is now in control of the country, I forget her name, the vice president who is in control of the country is who they plan to keep there. They say they don't want any of the regime there and that they want to replace the regime, but that seems to imply that they also want to work with the regime in some way. It's not entirely clear yet. And despite them saying that they had a very good conversation with them, the vice president and Donald Trump, the vice president has also called for the return of Maduro. So, from there, it's not very clear what's going to happen yet. But more so on an international scale, what could this mean for the future? Since this is such an unprecedented move, the world obviously has had mixed reactions to it. After Maduro, who's next? Trump's comments spur anxieties about his plans for Greenland and Cuba. After this, they have been extremely sort of hinting that they're going to do a little bit more of this. Trump, of course, saying that he wants Greenland, which is a territory of Denmark in the Western Hemisphere. He also said, was top of the line, declared the communist government in Cuba is in a lot of trouble. They've been getting a lot more brash with their talk recently. And the Danish prime minister obviously said that Trump has no right to annex territory, strongly urged the U.S. to stop threatening a historically close ally in another country. I think at some point she reminded him that they are allies, and America can just move through Greenland freely because they're allies. But that is the current scenario. So, do I believe, with the comparisons that you can draw from my videos from Iraq and from Panama, that this is the same thing? I don't believe it's the same thing, but I believe there's a lot of lessons that can be learned, that should be looked at if you want to fully understand this situation, because it is similar in many ways. But that's sort of a rundown need to know on what has happened in the area. Ugh. That's my little presentation. I'm done now. Now we can predict things that are going to happen in the new year. Do you edit your own videos? I do. Well, I do have an editor. That was awesome. Thank you. 10 out of 10 presentation. Thank you. Can I has oil? Yes. We can all has oil soon. I threw that together rather quickly because, this did happen very, quickly. But, I wanted to give a good overview of what's going on without getting too deep into it. I need you to be my teacher from now on, be my professor. You can just watch more of my videos. That's the cool thing about a YouTube channel is you just always watch my videos forever and ever. Can I make fried chicken in this oil? Probably. I don't think you could eat it, but you could probably do that. Oh. But also, it is a new year, fellas, which means I, as basically every other streamer, am going to make some predictions for the upcoming year. I want to change this song. New song. What's a good one? Actually, I know a good one. We'll do Animal Crossing music. Whoa, stop! Pause. Shut up. I really do need YouTube Premium. It's pretty fucked up. I've watched all your videos 8 times each. So no girls allowed stream? Not true. That's not a true statement. No one loves women more than Boone. No one does. I'm gonna make myself big for this one. Whoa. I'm also slightly off center for some reason. Slug, you can also get big. Hell yeah. Can I zoom in on this? I don't know how Google fucking Sheets works. What do you study? The female body and their experiences. Bill Clinton might love women more than you. A lot of redactions. We can't really confirm. I predict Boone hits 100K on YouTube. That's a very good prediction. I won't be so vain as to predict my own success, but I do appreciate that. My first one that I was predicting earlier when I was talking about NFTs and such. I'm just gonna make this way. I'm gonna make this bigger too. Big bang 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 bang. Okay. Also, can I make all these bigger? I don't know. I hate sheets. One. I think, as with NFTs, as with the growing world of crypto, there have been many scandals. I think 2026 will see its first big AI scandal. I think there will be a big scandal in the world of AI. I do not think the bubble will pop. I don't believe that. Because I think when everyone thinks something's going to happen, it just kind of inherently doesn't happen because everyone's expecting it. If everyone knows there's a bubble, is there even really a bubble? You know what I'm saying? I think Sam Altman will be exposed for something bad. Potentially. It could be a lot of things. Can you change the font to Comic Sans? What a great idea. Where is it? Bang. Big AI scandal. I think it's going to happen this year. I think we're due for some like AI bank to be secretly selling all our info. Can I think I can do this, can't I? Where I can like, yep. I'm going to make 10. We're going to make 10 predictions. I'm going to see if I can think of 10 predictions. Why is it going to the side? Why is it doing that? Okay, whatever.
Welcome to the Cream
8.
Kingdom, bitch.
Whoa! Plasma the Death Jester. Thank you very much for the follow. That's very kind of you. 6. Wait, I'm not. This isn't in line, is it? 2, 3, 4. Fuck. Fuck. I can't count. That's actually the thing about me is I know so much about history that I've lost all knowledge of other things. Counting is just not even real to me. Boop. 10. Okay. Second prediction. This is more of how this is going to go sort of prediction, how the year is going to go. Some will definitely happen revolving Elon Musk. I too believe that Elon Musk will do things. I too believe that. That's not much of a prediction, though. Silksong DLC releases, that's a good one. That's a good one. Boone's computer teacher really dropped the ball. Didn't teach him how to type or spreadsheets. They did. They did teach me. They put the orange rubber thing over the keyboard, and I had to type on the keyboard, and I was so fast that I got to play cool math games after. So my second prediction that I thought about so far is that I believe this will be a year of unrest. I believe this will be a year of a lot of protesting. I feel a lot of similarities between where we are right now and where we were during Occupy Wall Street and even the Arab Spring. There's a lot of anger. I believe with the new administration, at least in the United States, it was hoped that things would get better. And it seems that that's not happening at the rate people were expecting, like as it did under Obama. So maybe not this year, but we're already seeing protests in Iran. We're seeing protests against the invasion or the attack on Venezuela. So I believe that this will be a year of unrest. I think a lot of protesting is going to happen this year for various reasons. I also predict politically. I think Democrats will win the midterm. I think it will be seen as a big win for them unless something changes. I don't think it'll be a blowout. But I think unless something changes, that will be it. Now for the awesome ones, the not fucking lame ones. Who's winning the Super Bowl this year? NFL playoff bracket. Is the bracket finalized? I think it's finalized, isn't it? No, it's not. When do the Steelers in Baltimore play? Oh, they're playing right now and the Ravens are winning. Okay. Playoff pick. Whoops. Picture. Doesn't the opposition party always win the midterms? Yeah, that's kind of the secret. It's honestly not a very crazy prediction at all, because the opposition generally wins the midterms. There's another Super Bowl, brother. I gotta tell you, they happen every year. It seems like it's every year at this point. Why is it not? Okay, I can't. It's not letting me find a fucking picture. There, this is what I want. So, right now, are you actually kidding me? Get out of here. Um, Instead of Steelers, this is probably going to be the Ravens. But I think, is this accurate? I think it's either Carolina or Tampa Bay. This is vaguely accurate. So my prediction for the Super Bowl, I honestly think, for some reason, I get the feeling Eagles are going to go back to the Super Bowl. I really think they are. I think they just turn it on when it matters most, and I think they go back to the Super Bowl. And I think it'll be against Denver. And I think Denver will win. I will say Broncos, Eagles, Super Bowl, Denver wins. Broncos, Eagles, Broncos win. I think that's a pretty good prediction. Prediction number 5. Jax is Jacksonville? Yes. You're a Florida man. You should know that. What is going on? Why did that happen? What else is going to happen this year? Any ideas? Any ideas? I have a crazy one, but I have literally no basis for it. Hold on. Tell me if this is crazy. Is this crazy? I think this is an interesting prediction. Is that too crazy? Am I out of my head? Am I out of my mind? I'm also gay. I could not give less of a fuck about sports. I'm rooting for Florida to win, though. It always makes people mad when Florida wins at big sports things. He has a redwood Boone. My God. New album? That's probably a pretty fair prediction. Oh, I actually thought of one. We'll save this. We'll think about this. I think Kanye returns to Twitter, talks about Epstein. I think that's fair. I think that's better than predicting he's going to have a new album. I think that's going to happen this year. Taylor not releasing an album would be a surprise. Didn't she release one last year, though? She doesn't release them yearly, does she? Am I crazy? She released The Life of a Showgirl in 2025, in October of 2025. And what was her previous one? Tortured Poets Department was in 2024. And then she just did re-releases for like 2023. She stays putting out music? Yeah, I know. I think I'm gonna predict that Taylor does not put out an album. I think the reception to her last two have been lukewarm at best, and I think she's gonna take a moment to pause and have a why is this happening? She's gonna take a moment to pause and have an awesome wedding with Travis Redwood Kelsey. And I think that's gonna happen. GTA 6. Twitter is dead, so that's already wrong. Twitter. I do mean X. You're right. Kanye returns to X, the everything app. Because it has everything. Taylor doesn't put out an album. If they do release GTA in 2026, here's the thing. I think they will. I don't think it'll be delayed again. I think it'd be crazy for GTA to be delayed again. I think GTA 6 not delayed. I don't think it gets delayed again. At least not to 2027. I don't believe so. GTA 6 gonna be woke watch. I can't I can't believe it. No. No, no, no. My game that criticizes the United States is gonna criticize the United States. Ah! Man, it is crazy that Cyberpunk predicted everything that's currently happening in our world, though. Am I off base for that? AI, war in Latin America, it's all coming together. Hmm. Movies. Let's make a movies prediction. I actually don't know movies that are going to come out in 2026. Movies 2026. Avengers Doomsday, Doom Part 3, Toy Story 5, The Mandalorian Grogu, Spider-Man Brand New Day, Scream 7, and Greenland 2. Which movie is the best? Do we want to do best, or do we want to do like the one that makes the most money? I don't know any of these. I don't think any of these are right. Mandalorian and Grogu. I think this movie's gonna fucking bomb. Avengers Doomsday. I think this is also gonna bomb. Pedro Pascal is in it. Oh my, of course he is. Narnia, the Magician's Nephew. Another Narnia movie? Dune Messiah, which is not Dune 3. There's no way Avengers and New Dune. Wait, is it? Is this the third one? Dune Messiah. I think it is. Wait, it is. I think that's just going to be a good movie, but I don't think that's a good prediction. I think that's a lame prediction. I'm going to predict Doomsday will probably do best or above average. Yeah, probably. They're trying to call it Doomsday. Yeah, lame. Um, I think actually Doomsday's actually I'm gonna reel it back. I think Doomsday is gonna be good. I think Marvel knows they have to put all of their eggs in this basket, and it needs to be good. Movie companies just don't get why Barbenheimer was a thing. Yeah, I agree. It's not really funny when like two trilogies are intentionally mashed together. It's funny when like a serious movie about the atomic bomb is put next to like Barbie. I don't think an Avengers movie is capable of bombing. Yes, I think it is. What about the fucking what are they called? The Thunderbolts, which they revealed afterwards was called the New Avengers, and just nobody gave a fuck. I remember that. Uh, I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say Doomsday actually good. That's my prediction. Is that Avengers is actually gonna be good. Hmm. It was well received, but it still didn't do well. It still just didn't. I feel like it didn't make that much noise. It didn't do a lot. What? Oh, it's my chair hitting it. I'm like, what is fucking doing this to my keyboard? Netflix can acquire a big company. Good prediction. Good prediction. Actually, this one's easy. I think LeBron announces his retirement this year. I think it's over. Actually, I'm gonna make another one. I think Knicks win title. I don't actually think that's gonna happen. That is just a wish list one. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I really want it to happen, and I hope it happens. Fuck, never mind. Bang. If LeBron retires, I'm booming my shit, brother. How old is Legoat? Oh my god, look at how sassy he is. Look at this guy. He is 41, man. I think he's done this year, man. I just think he's gonna be done. Actually, I don't know how much I like that prediction. 41, okay, dinosaur. I'm saying he's basically a Viltrumite, though. He kind of is. He's still putting up points. He's still LeBron James. He's still the GOAT. Uh, I think he will retire, though. I think he'll announce it, or he'll get an injury and just be like, "Yeah, I guess this is it." Is Michael Jordan still balling on Bugs Bunny team? Yeah, my VCR every month. Every month I plug that baby in the VCR. And now LeBron's hooping in the digital world with Don Cheadle, which is awesome. Also, probably I never saw the movie. Ugh. I think we need one more prediction, one more little score, Arthur. Hmm. Hmm. What's something big to predict? The globe warms a little more? Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I think, I think, I think, I think an indie game will win Game of the Year. I think an indie game is going to win Game of the Year. I think it's finally time that it actually happens. Hey Boone, big fan. Watch you all the time with my leftist femboy boyfriend. Thank you, the most dope media. Thank you. Welcome to stream. We discover Atlantis. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't think I have many more predictions. I think this is kind of it. Ooh, we can make a Mr. Beast prediction. Mr. Beast goes too far. Mr. Beast goes too far this year. I think it finally happens. Ooh, I actually did think about this. Hmm. I feel like this is a pretty safe prediction that. Hmm. No. I want to predict something about Twitch. I feel like Twitch is going to start going down now that multi-streaming is a thing. That like people are like openly multi-streaming. Mr. Beast gets even more veneers. Ludwig gets veneers. Mr. Beast launches crypto. I don't think he'd do that. I don't think he'd do that. Oh, no. Mr. Beast doesn't go too far. Mr. Beast, AI integration. He does something. He's going to do something with AI. There's just no way he's not. FaZe Clan comes back again. Not going to happen. FaZe Clan is, I think FaZe Clan is dead. I was baffled FaZe Clan was ever even here. I'm baffled FaZe Clan ever was even here. Mr. Beast assassination attempt. I'm not gonna predict assassination attempts. Or anyone dying for that matter. I think actually I did see someone else mention this. I think people are gonna turn on betting. What if Amazon says enough is enough and makes Twitch a paid service? Then it dies. Twitch immediately dies. What about coming back to life? Jesus returns this year. Rapture is actually this year. Boone gets a girlfriend and we never hear from him again. Fuck you. Fuck you. Just kidding. Can you imagine? Everyone is going to turn on betting. No more blankets. Oh. Yeah, no, I mean betting like sports betting. Fuck comforters. We sleep on the floor like men. Um, I think people are going to start turning on betting. I think sports betting ruins another player's career. I think that's that might even be better. I'm gonna predict a betting scandal as well. I think there'll be a major betting scandal. I think that's pretty fair. I wanted to do 26 predictions, but that's kind of a fuck ton. I'm just gonna keep going. What sport though? Just in general. Even if it's like prediction markets, like it's gonna be revealed that like there's gonna be like actual action against someone who's like doing prediction markets in like the government or something. Oh, I keep hitting my keyboard with my chair. The 6-7 go away this year. China invades Taiwan. I don't think that's going to happen. This will be a really bad clip if that does happen, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think 6-7 goes away. I think 6-7 goes away. What else is like cool that people like? I don't know. Not but are we prepared for what replaces it? Can we predict the next big meme? What will it be? I think there's gonna be a new big dance. New big dance this year. We haven't had a big dance in a little while. Like a floss or a Luddy or an orange justice. We just haven't had it in a while, and I think it's finally time. Oh, I just deleted it. New big dance. The Harlem Shake. It comes back? It comes back? Something involving an ass. The Bart the Bart man comes back. Seeing you work Google Sheets is crazy, respectfully. Google Sheets sucks and I hate it. The Ukraine war ends. I was thinking of predicting this, but I don't really want to. I don't think I do. Fidget spinner's the grand return. Now we're talking. I feel a little bit weird in a way predicting the end of a war, where people are actually dying. So I won't predict that. But fidget spinners, hold on. Hold on. Isn't where did I just type that? Oh, uh is TikTok supposed to get sold this year? Because I would say it's gonna get banned again, but I think it's gonna get sold. Was TikTok sold? It did. To resolve national security concerns. Okay. I was gonna say it gets sold, but I don't think it is. First time in a Twitch chat. Welcome. Welcome, Lace Dangle 3. I'm honored to be the first Twitch chat you ever come into. And now you're contractually obligated to stay forever and watch my YouTube videos. All of this is required. Fantastic Opera GX background. Thank you. I know. Fantastic. I think the owner changed. Do we think that deal will fall through? Do we think that falls through? What's that emote? Oh, I thought I added that. Hmm. I don't think it'll fall through. I think that'll happen. I think this is pretty good. I think this is a pretty good one. So far, we have a big AI scandal, a year of unrest, Democrats win midterm, Broncos win, Kanye returns to X the Everything Act, talks about Epstein, Taylor doesn't put out an album, GTA 6 not delayed, Avengers actually good, LeBron retires, Knicks win title, Indie Game wins Game of the Year, Mr. Beast AI integration, betting scandal, new big dance. China 2 Modern, we gotta go to like Tajikistan. I would do a Tajikistan stream. When is Speed prediction? Speed goes to Tajikistan. Where is Speed gonna go this year, actually? What country? Let's predict that. Where does Speed go? Has Speed gone to Brazil? Has Speed gone to Brazil? Yes, he's been to Brazil. Which countries does I show Speed? Well, this is like a year old now. Hmm. Mongolia, Mexico, Venezuela, maybe. Major politician is going to get arrested. Trust. Interesting. That's interesting. It could happen. Louisiana State Penitentiary. I don't think he'll do that. Central Asia. He's been most places. Has he been to India? Has Speed been to India? Okay. Countries Speed has visited. I show map. Live countries where Speed has traveled. Wait, what? Wait, this is crazy. And it shows where... I don't know what that is. I thought it was going to show where he was. He's been to most south of... What is this? I thought he was in Africa, though. I thought he was going to Africa. Oh, Speed goes to the UAE. I think Speed goes to the UAE. I think that's a pretty easy one. I'm surprised he hasn't already been there. He's been basically all of Europe. Speed goes to Kosovo. He's never been to Canada? Why has he never been to Canada? He's never been to Canada or Mexico? There's just no way he's never been to those. He's been to Mongolia? That's crazy. Even he won't touch Canada. I think Speed goes to Qatar, or no, not Qatar. I think he goes to the UAE. Maybe he'll go to Tajikistan. I don't know. Goes to UAE. I think he'll do that this year. Speed meets the Pope. Dude, if Speed met the Pope, oh my God. Oh my God. Converts to Catholicism. How's it going, Dior? Converts to Catholicism. Uh, hmm. New war breaks out in the Balkans? I don't think so. I don't think that'll happen. Major YouTuber retires. I think that's a gimme. I'm gonna put that, but that's a gimme. Major YouTuber streamer retires. Streamer retires. Do you think the new Pope got handed down the copy of Undertale from Matt Pat? God, I hope. Dude, if Speed gave, oh my God, if Speed gave Pope Leo Deltarune, that'd be so funny. Oh, that'd be so funny. 17. Hmm. Hmm. I think Markiplier ends up in the hospital again. No, man. I can't predict things like that. It'd be awful. Obviously not for a terrible reason. Oh. maybe he could. I don't know. Is there anything about like anything a Pope touches become a low-level holy relic? Yes, I think so. Unless it has to be like his actual possession. I don't think it's popes. I think it's saints. I think it's saints are different. Oh, new Animal Crossing announced. I think a new Animal Crossing is going to get announced. How did I not think of this? I think it's bound to happen. There has to be a way. I know there's a way I could have got a numbered list, but it's too late now. You making a video about the 2016 election? Never a real Somali pirate. Never. New grainy footage of the Loch Ness Monster? Imagine. Dude, oh my God, dude, cryptids are dead. Cryptids are dead. It's all AI now. You can never, you can't even like funnily believe cryptids anymore because it's all AI. Oh, this is awful. I didn't even think about this, man. No more cryptids. Or new AI cryptid? 18. They're releasing a new free Animal Crossing DLC in like a week. I did see that. I kind of forgot what that was about, and it also kind of leads me to believe there won't be an announcement this year, but who knows? I think they have to announce it. There has to be some big announcement for the Switch coming up. For the Switch 2. There has to be, because there's nothing. Because there's nothing. Ugh. AI bubble bursting and sending the whole world into greater recession than the Great Depression. I think a lot of people morbidly want that to happen. I don't think it's going to, but a lot of people really, at least not this year, but morbidly people want that to happen. I do indeed stream, Okita. I do indeed stream.
Welcome
Probably a
to
new
the
mainline
Cream
Pokemon game.
Kingdom,
No, I mean, because that came out last year, right? Thank you for the follow, Okita. Thank you very much. Really early PS6 trailer? Teaser? No. I think in fact I think more info on Elder Scrolls. I think we get more
Welcome
info
to
on
the
Elder Scrolls.
Cream Kingdom, bitch.
More Evan Star 5. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. More info on
Welcome to the Cream
Elder
Kingdom,
Scrolls
bitch.
6. And Lace Dangle 3. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. More info on Elder Scrolls
Welcome
6,
to
which
the
I don't care
Cream
about. Holy
Kingdom, bitch.
moly. Most dope media. God. God. Thank you guys. All very kind to you. All very kind to you.
Welcome to the Cream Kingdom,
Oh my God.
bitch.
Super is tired. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. I get 1,000,000 follows this year. That's my next prediction, guys. I get 1,000,000
Welcome
followers.
to the Cream Kingdom, bitch.
Clutch, thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Very kind of all you guys. Thank you. Jeff Keighley trips on stage at the Game Awards. Jeff Keighley blows up at the Game Awards. Oops, I forgot to follow. I feel like skinny jeans will come back. Ooh, fashion trend. Wait. Ooh, we can work with this. We can work with this. Is it skinny jeans? I don't think so. I think there will be a new little guy. Like last year it was Labubu's. I think there will be a new little guy. And not skinny jeans. Hair parted to the side. I think hmm. Cloaks tried to come back. They tried so hard. No one cool ever tried to bring a cloak back. I'm sorry. It's just the facts. I know Boone ain't making any predictions about hair. Fuck you. Fuck you. Basketball shorts? I think. What if Heelys came back? That's what we need back. Heelys, man. That's what this world is really missing. Heelys. They took that away from us, Heelys. And it's fucked up. It's just messed up at the end of the day. I think here's the thing, I'm not very fashionable. I'm not very fashionable, so I don't know what's going to come back. I think we can safely assume it will be something 90s or early 2000s related. Let's look at, I know I made a short about this. Let's look at early 2000s fashion. I think this is the era where this comes back. What do we got here? See, I don't know. Baggy pants? Aren't baggy pants in? Skinny jeans and side part, I'm so right. Maybe leather will come back. What about that? Can we bring leather back? Will that happen this year? Will the kids be into skinny jeans? That's what we have to realize, guys, that we are not the ones making culture. It is the Gen Alphas now. Zoomers are gone, basically. We're barely holding on by a thread. Now the animals, leather t-shirt, dude, I wish. Nintendo DS comes back. That's not gonna happen, man. You have to let it go. The DS is just never coming back. Nintendo will never make a good handheld ever. They don't know how bad they are. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Skinny jeans are back. Were they ever gone? Were skinny jeans ever gone? We'll say they're back though. Fuck it. We're going to 26. We're doing it. We're going crazy. Unless I run out in the next 5 minutes, in which case we're not. Whoops, I almost deleted that one again. 21. 21. I don't think there'll be a new funny number. PS4 server shut down? The Great Meme Reset? I feel like the Great Meme Reset reset itself before it even happened. They're gonna find skinny jeans cringe and overcorrected Jinko. I think that already happened too, though. I think all of these things have happened. I think we're just not in the monoculture anymore. Skirt over jeans, that will come back. I don't know about that. Drake gets super canceled. Now that's something I could get behind, but it's not gonna happen. Because let me tell you, no one hates Drake more than me. No one wants to see Drake canceled more than me right here, all right? But it's just not going to happen. God, when I have a white screen, I just look good. Isn't that fucked up? That all my graininess goes away? It ain't right. It ain't right. I thought we shunned him out back in the Drake vs. Kendrick beef. That's what I hoped, but it's not true. People who like Drake still like him. Skirts get longer during recession, so probably long skirts. Honestly, you may be onto something. You may be onto something. Actually, I think people are going to start dressing more formally. I think people are going to go back to dressing more formal. I'm talking sweater vests. I'm talking buttoned up shirts with collars at the bar. I think it's going to happen. After Chris Brown, I gave up. I know how this goes. Yeah. Uh, ba, ba, ba. Oh, I actually have one. Trump announces new holiday. I think if someone ever suggested him to do that, he would do it. I think he's just gonna come up with a new holiday. Fuck. I don't know what it'll be after, but he will make a new one, and it will be the greatest day of the year. January 6th, potentially. Love the energy. Thank you. Thank you, Maury. His birthday? Nah. We need more, what else? What else could we predict? I think something's going to happen with Twitch. I don't know what it is, but I think something bad is going to happen with Twitch. I just have a bad feeling that I can't put into words. Like, there's going to be some, like, actual scandal that makes people want to go to YouTube. There's going to be something that happens with Twitch. But that's not enough to make a prediction off of. 20-80 split? No, I'm talking like egregious mismanagement in some way, or Amazon shuts it down. Amazon might say something about Twitch finally. Snapchat finally has its downfall. Do you think they actually maybe they take Snapchat off? I don't think it'd go down. DJ Tan Clancy murders someone live on stream. Maybe that could happen. So one of those just reminded me of something though. Whoa. What about video games? I know I already talked about video games. What are like upcoming video games 2026? 50 most anticipated games 2026. 007 First Light. That looks kind of cool. Ace Combat, Blood of the Bradley the Badger. I like this guy's vibe. Coffee Talk Tokyo, Control Resonant. High on Life 2. They're making a second one? Invincible Versus. Lego Batman. Mario Tennis Fever. Marvel's Wolverine. Eh. Eh. What's that one? Saros. Star Wars Galactic Racer. There are no ghosts in the Grand. I don't know. Literally, I've never heard of. Considering that GTA 6 is coming out, the games this year, the games with year will not be as good as last year. No, I disagree. In fact, I think there will be more indie games because of it, and I think indie games have proven themselves to be better. This might be copium, but Deadlock Open Beta. I think that's copium, but Deadlock Open Beta. Toy Story 7 comes out. Well, Toy Story 6 has to come out this year. So we gotta wait for that. Uh, hmm. I think do we think there'll be a new breakout streamer this year? Like someone wins streamer of the year who was like 100% off the radar these past few years. All hail Boone. I win streamer of the year, baby. Woo! Maybe. Who knows? You'll never know. Cutie will never let me back to the streamer awards though after the incident. Bears defense becomes best defense in the league. Massive copium. Bears win the Super Bowl, and they win it so good that they actually win 3 at the same time. Go Bears! No Pixel 6.0 announced? No. I actually was going to make a No Pixel prediction, and I'm still thinking about it. Man, am I going to have to grovel to get into No Pixel? Y'all think I can grovel enough to get into No Pixel? Boone freaking banned from No Pixel. I mean, AAA games, there will be a banger indie games. I think that there's going to be a big Twitch game that's an indie game, but that's such a freebie. Like, that's not really a prediction. They don't know you, little bro. I know. That's why I have to grovel. Don't you get it? A new Hitman game gets released? No, because the new James Bond is going to get released, which is made by the same people as Hitman. So I don't think so. But basically, but I don't think so. Are these 2026 predictions? Yes, handsome fella. So far, why? Go back. We have big AI scandal, year of unrest, Democrats win midterm, blah, 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 blah. I'll go over them all when I'm done. Luigi gets 4 years jail time? No, that's wish list. That's wish list. That's not realistic. I think someone big name in Trump cabinet. What the fuck? Steps down. I think a big name is going to step down. 24. Cabinet. New Jordan Peele movie? What was his last movie? I don't know. Peele movies. Does he have any, like, predicted? It's crazy that he's so good at horror movies, man. I think that's actually a really good prediction. Nope was in 2022? It's been that long? Holy shit. Has no confirmed release date. Yeah, I think his new movie gets announced. New Jordan Peele movie announced. I need some hard hitters, bro. I need something that people aren't going to expect. Major U.S. politician, maybe Trump's gets a major feud with the Pope. That's a decent prediction. I will predict that, though. A new Spider-Man game gets announced. That's a good prediction. Uh, hmm. I need a hard hitter, man. I need a hard hitter. I feel a young celebrity death coming. I also feel that, but I don't want to put that on my list. I don't want to put out bad energy into the world like that. I say as I say LeBron retires and it's the year of unrest, but I also feel like that's going to happen, but I can't put that out into the world. No, do this. Someone famous with an affair scandal. That's not specific enough. There needs to be more specific. There needs to be something more concrete. Fox News gets shut down? That's wish list. That's wish list thinking. Um, I think it's going to be a big year for robots, actually. Big year. Actually, consumer grade robots hit US. I'm talking standing, guys. I think consumer grade robots are going to hit the US that can, like, walk around and do stuff. The files get fully released. That's wish list, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we all know that's a wish list. That's not a prediction. Detroit become human type beat. That's a good prediction. I think these are good predictions, but I think I've done enough game ones. Uh, More info on Elder Scrolls 6 is pretty fucking weak. I'm gonna say new trailer. New trailer. 26. Flying motorcycles, flying vehicles are never gonna take off. Pun intended, because it's just not. Unfortunately, it's the truth. They finally make a woolly mammoth. Yeah, actually, Lud predicted this. Yeah, they actually do make a woolly mammoth, but it's just a stunt. It's just a marketing stunt. New York ball drop malfunctions. Maybe it's possible. We need something. We need something big. How about something ominous? Just like major event in the city of Spokane. Something crazy is going to happen in Spokane, Washington. And it could be good or bad. Ancient virus is released from melting ice caps and wipes out half of humanity. That would be Pog, but that's wish list, unfortunately. CDs make a comeback? I think it will be a big year for early 2000s nostalgia. People will remember you predicted the Spokane disaster of 2026. A leader will be replaced by AI. First AI mayor? Wait, has there been an AI mayor? That sounds like something that has happened already. There has not been an AI mayor elected to office. AI is elected to office. AI mayor elected to office. How do we feel about this list? I feel pretty good about this, actually. Is there an Albanian PM that's AI? I don't. Wait, you might be right. I'll keep this prediction for the U.S. Albanian AI minister. You're right. Artificial intelligence is developed by the National Agency for Information Society of Albania. Virtual assistant integrated into the e-Albania platform. Okay, so it's not real. It's not actually there. Minister of State and Artificial Intelligence. Interesting. Also, they weren't voted in, so I guess I'm gonna still count this. There's gonna be a guy who like runs as like I'm just gonna make every decision with AI. There's gonna be that guy. You know they predicted this in Fire. You know they predicted this in Cyberpunk. Here I am in Scotland. Thanks for being here, mid-credit. I pray this year we get our own fashion sense, that we stop replicating old ones. I think that happens more than people like to give it credit for. I think we do have new fashion pretty regularly. And I think fashion's always evolving, more so than it is spontaneously happening. New crime syndicate gets unearthed. Something fun no one saw coming. Tajik Mafia or something. Something happens in Tajikistan. Something happens. The grain wars begin. Mount Fuji finally erupts. Yellowstone goes off. Yellowstone goes off this year. Okay. Here's our list. We need to change this song. This song's been playing for actually an hour. Not this one, though. Okay. For our list, we have Boone's 2026 predictions. Big AI scandal. Some big AI scandal is going to happen. Something's going to happen with that. In the vein of like, the thing with crypto.com and all that. Or what is that guy? Sam Bankman-Fried or whoever. Something of that nature. Year of unrest. I think there's going to be a lot of protest, a lot of unrest this year. Democrats win midterm. I think that's a pretty easy one. I think the opposition always wins. Broncos, Eagles, Super Bowl. Broncos win. I think that's a pretty decent one. Kanye returns to X, the Everything app, talks about Epstein. Taylor doesn't put out an album this year. I think she's going to take a step back after her other albums were kind of had lukewarm reception to really make a banger next year. GTA 6 is not delayed. I think GTA 6 will come out this year. I think the Avengers movie will actually be good, despite how much people do not want it to be. I think LeBron retires or announces her, or I'm gonna say he announces her. Yeah, I'm gonna say announces retirement. LeBron announces his retirement. Knicks win the title. Indie Game wins Game of the Year. Mr. Beast AI integration. Mr. Beast does something with AI where it's like Beast AI or something. Betting scandal. There's going to be a big sports or prediction market betting scandal. There's going to be a new big dance this year. Speed will go to the UAE. He's going to visit the UAE this year. Major YouTuber streamer retires. New Animal Crossing announced. New trailer for Elder Scrolls 6. New little guy. There will be a new little guy this year, which is very vague, but we'll know it if it happens. People will start dressing more formal. That will be the style, more formal dress. Trump announces a new holiday. Deadlock open beta. Big name in Trump cabinet steps down. New Jordan Peele movie announced. Consumer grade robots hit U.S. AI mayor elected to office. I think this is good. I think this is good. Broncos laughing? Yeah. I mean, yeah, probably. I'd prefer the Bills win, but that they're not gonna. We all know that's not gonna happen. Las Vegas Sphere has a problem that shuts it down for at least a month. I like that prediction, but I don't think it's going to happen. If you snipe that, though, that'd be crazy. It'd be better as a bingo board. You can make it a bingo board. It's just we don't know these things are going to happen. I feel like we need more things. Las Vegas Sphere fucking explodes. Maybe that. Las Vegas Sphere rolls away into the desert where it is never seen again because it is an affront to God. A24 releases a mid-movie. We're making predictions. We're not just stating what's going to happen. But with that, fellas, I think we're all set for today. I think we're all damn set for today. Thanks for being here. I hope you all are having a happy new year. Pause this music, if you please. I hate that Spotify plays this song for me when I'm not, like, doing stream. No gaming today, but Deadlock soon. Next stream, maybe, probably Deadlock. Maybe, probably. Unless something insane happens again, in which case I have to talk about it. Oopsie, we'll see. Boone needs to stream more. I might. We'll see. I might bump it up to 2 streams a week. He won't, I won't. I might. I don't know. I might have a little bit more free time now. We'll see. Ugh. There's a new shark show or movie that makes everyone scared of sharks again. That's a really good prediction. You've had Okita's had really good predictions for whatever reason. I like these predictions. They're out of left field and they're good. Great stream, fantastic stream. Can't wait for a 2016 election video. No, never. He barely manages to stream once per week. That is true and real. Fighter Bro YouTube. Thank you very much, Fighter Bro. Thank you. But we'll see. We'll see. Potentially, maybe, who knows? Skip straight to the 2020 election. Yeah. Hi, how's it going? Well, you came in just at the end, unfortunately, but I really do appreciate you all being here. Very kind of you. Thank you for all the follows today. I will be here every Sunday. That is the plan. Every Sunday, join the Discord, which I think is the Discord below stream. Have I updated that yet? I don't think I fucking have. I'm such a stupid asshole. Chicago wins the Super Bowl because the Pope. Actually, great prediction. That's actually a very good one. There we go. Discord. I made a command. I'm actually not stupid. Spoon is such a busy man. I am. I had a lot of business in South America this week. It was hectic. Let me tell you what. But every Sunday I will be here, fellas, and I appreciate you so much for being here. And I just want to say, thank you very much. This is Wenda Boone signing off.